Wow. All right, finally we got it. Good morning, everybody. YouTube really made us work to get a live stream going today.
No, no, no.
So DJ's been trying to get these kids to eat this morning, and just like she had the same success I did. Beep will eat a ton as long as you continue to help. Although I think Beep's probably full now. Yeah, she was eating a bunch. But so far, Clax completely does not want to eat, and I guess DJ's about to try with Foggy. There's your Foggy. She was just finishing up with Clax when we finally got the stream started. You see Clax cleaning up her face from the mess, but other than that, it did not go very well. There's a little Foggy trying it.
Terrible? Is it terrible?
Yes, Foggy's like, no, this is the worst thing that's ever happened to me. Jump and run away.
Tiny little fuzzy bucket.
Mm-hmm. Appropriately named. She's like a little fluffy cloud of fog.
You don't like it either?
Oh, she likes it. She just wants to eat it on her own. You know, she won't take a treat from your hand either, remember? Yeah. If you try to give her a treat, she just headbutts you until you put it down, and then she'll eat it. Well, we're still 1 out of 3 on the kittens eating the solid food. But we do have some good news about them this morning, which is I heard last night that the Danbury Animal Welfare Society has approved a single adopter to take both of these two girls together, Clax and Beep. That's really all I know about it so far, but if you are that approved adopter and you hear this or you're watching now, hello. DJ and I will reach out to you sometime in the next day or two. And then from there, we can arrange things like, how to schedule the adoption. It's still going to be a little while, of course. These guys are 1 month old, and they have to get to about 3 months before you can take them home. So, but we're really happy that they have an approved adopter, and that means that now we're at the point where we have all of the cats, mom cats too, have adopters, which is awesome. All the kittens and all the cats at the Kitten Academy right now have homes to return to once they graduate. Or I guess I shouldn't say return, but you get it. You go back home after school. At least you do if you're me and you don't get into a career right away. That's a different story. Anyway.
Oh, you're too cute.
I know, Beep's adorable. Did Beep run out for you when you came in the room?
Yes.
Yes, she always does. I think whoever adopted Beep and Clax together made a great choice because they've got very different personalities and they're both wonderful.
Silly little Beep. Beep, boop. Beep, 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 boop. Good job, Beep. Good job.
Clax, are you still cleaning your face? What did she do to you? It must have been awful messy. Must have been awful messy. So yeah, I posted a quick short video on our Twitter, I think yesterday, of Clax trying to eat my shirt. And it's funny that Clax will bite on toys and will bite on my shirt and will, play with all this stuff. And she obviously knows how to eat. She's just not interested in doing it yet, which is funny to me. I'm sure that she'll get there, though. I'm not concerned about that. We've had plenty of holdouts that have gone much longer than 4 weeks before they learn to eat solid food. So, speaking of eating, here, she was just biting on that cow horn. There we go, Chump. That is some big prey to take down. You're going to eat a whole cow? That's some ambition, kiddo. She's still doing it, too. She's probably going to go see mom, I think. No, she's just going to eat the ear and the horn. Oh my gosh. Beep, you are a ridiculous kitty. Yes, I said your name. What are you doing? You're being very silly. Hi, Belle. All right, there you go. So, oh yeah, if you guys missed it yesterday during the day, we had that big white bed here, and one of the kittens peed in it, which is good and bad. It's nice that they're peeing on their own. It's bad that they're doing it in the bed. So I put their litter box over here for now. We'll see how that works for them. That's why that change happened. Otherwise, not much news about these kids. They are just doing great, growing by leaps and bounds, and leaping and bounding as well. Also, yesterday I came in here and I spent a lot of time with them, and they all slept on my lap, and it was wonderful. And they probably would have done it for much longer, but I had to get up and go. It was so nice here yesterday. It was 70 degrees out. It was crazy. Our first really nice, like spring-like day. Although we're not going to see another one for a while. Well, I mean, it's supposed to get up to 60 today, which is also very nice, but not like yesterday. Wow. So my point was, though, I had to leave these kids. I had to take them all out of my lap and put them down, which was a very difficult thing to do. But I did it, and the reason I did was I wanted Brooke to have a chance to go out in the cat run while it was nice and warm. So then I got up and I went over and I took Brooke down to the cat run, and she went right out, but only for a minute. She was interested, but she wasn't really into it. I think for a bunch of our mom cats, once they realize that they can't just go out into the world, it's not as interesting to them. But they still like it, of course. It's better than nothing. Hi, Clax. I see you got a little flat mouse buddy in there. Kale? Is it Kale? I hope. Will Tinker get time out of her suit? I'm glad you asked because that reminds me. We'll talk more about this when we get down to them. But she did get time out of her suit yesterday, actually, and now she's in a different suit as a result. She's in a slightly bigger suit. This is not clean, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right, sorry, DJ's doing some laundry there. I don't think you guys saw that. Um, Hi. So let's see. Before I get to the suit story and stuff, let's talk about Brooke for just a second here. Brooke is doing great. Okay, we're done talking about her. Not really done talking about her. I still owe her adopter a list of all of her endowments because he's trying to plan exactly what she needs and doesn't need. But I'll tell you, we're going to give. I know there's a litter box. There's her beds. There's plenty of food and treats and stuff. I don't think there's anything that he is going to have to get for her. It's pretty much all optional. Although he did say he wanted to get her a big cat tree, and I don't think she has one of those yet. She's also not the most cat tree cat, though. She may or may not be interested in that. It's hard to tell. She mostly likes to sleep in her bed on the floor. So but anyway, yeah, that's Ed, her adopter. And Ed, I know I still owe you that list. I'm going to get it to you soon, I promise. But just believe me when I say she's got everything. And I'm going to, one of the things I want to contribute is I'm not going to give you this used litter box of hers, but I think she's really good on the top entry litter box like that. I think it's a great thing to have for her. And I'm going to get you one of those to send with her, to bring with her, I should say. That's going to be my contribution to the endowment since everybody else has contributed everything else. I guess technically the beds are DJ's contribution because she got those. But thanks to everybody, by the way, that sends stuff in for mailbag. It's wonderful for the adopters and especially for little Brookie here. So yeah, so Brooke's had plenty of time out of the room the last couple days, and now she's got a routine. She's got her own schedule. And she knows that when I get up first thing in the morning, I walk down the hall, I open her door and let her come out, and she hangs out with the faculty until breakfast. And so now she's taken to meowing at me in the morning. I can hear her from my bed meowing. She's like, "It's time, get up, come over here, open my door." So that's cute. I appreciate it. She's very cute about it. And then obviously she comes in here, she eats her breakfast, and then a little bit later in the day I let her out some more, and she gets to wander around. But she's actually kind of sets her own limits a little bit. I think she right now she prefers to kind of be in here, so she'll come out, she'll wander around, she'll say hi to the faculty, she'll do her thing, and then she comes back to her door and she's like, "That was enough. I want to go in, but I want you to come in and hang out with me." That's what she really wants, is for me to just come in here. But we're not going to do that right now, Brookie. We'll do it later, okay? No, 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 not right now. Sorry, sorry. Okay. So, there's Acro. Hey, buddy. And here's Custard. I heard you. What did you say? He's not going to say it again now. Acro, by the way, woke me up at 2 in the morning. He had the spring fever. He was running back and forth down the hall as fast as he could and then up the windows just like Maggie does. I'm surprised to see it from him. He's not as good at climbing the windows as Maggie, so it just makes a ton of noise, and I'm afraid he's going to pull the whole screen off because he's heavy. It was a mess, and it really woke me up. It took me a while to get back to sleep. Speaking of Maggie, here she is with her floofy pants. Look at those floofy pants. What? What is it, Maggie? I know. All right, and there's Smokey having a drink of water. Yes, I said your name, Smuggy. Okay. All right. So I was talking about yesterday. Oh, hi, Logan Berry. I forgot you were on this side of the fence. Don't let her bully you. I know you can take care of yourself. Hey, she just walked right up and bit him on the butt. Logan Berry, you're such a good boy, though. You were just like, hey, stop. You were just like, hey, stop. Don't do that. That's cute, buddy. You're a very good boy. That's a very good boy. Logan Bean. You want me to put you over the fence for a minute, bud? Oh, Logan Berry, you're such a good snuggler. Okay, hang on. Do this with one hand. There you go. Over the fence. All right. What was I saying? Oh, yes. Back to Kale's question about, or Kyle's question about Tink and Tink's suit yesterday. So yesterday was their vet appointment for their second distemper vaccine and their first and only, well, only this year, rabies vaccine, which you're supposed to get yearly. And at least here in the United States, in most states, that yearly rabies vaccine is a requirement. Although I think that's managed county by county. We've never lived in a county that didn't require you to have a rabies vaccine that was active on your cats and dogs all the time. So, no, not every 2 weeks, Brew. We do distemper minimum of every 3 weeks for 3 doses for kittens. And then when you're an adult cat, you can just do 1 or 2 doses depending on what sort of a course you're on. So what that means is that Tink is fully vaccinated now. She's all done. She's had 2 distemper and 1 rabies, and she's all set. The kittens have had 2 distemper and 1 rabies, and they are not quite set. They have 1 distemper left to get. But when we went yesterday, what I was going to say about that is I took them in 2 carriers because the kids are getting pretty big, and we put the 4 kids in 1 carrier together, and then we put Mom in her own carrier by herself. And because she was by herself, we could take her suit off. So she had her suit off for the whole trip to the vet and the whole time at the vet and the whole trip back. And then I put a new suit on her shortly after we got back so she wouldn't start nursing. Now, I checked yesterday. It seems like she is still lactating. The internet tells me that we've probably got about another week of wearing the suit before we've got a good chance of that being done. So we'll see how it goes, if 1 more week does it or not. I think it probably will. And then we've also, as of yesterday, we scheduled their spays and neuters. So all the 3 boys and our girl, Dabby, all the 4 kittens are going to get their neuters and spay next Tuesday. I guess that's a week from today, right? Today's Tuesday. So they're all going to get their graduation surgery a week from today. And then, at least in theory, the doctors could come pick them up. I can't believe you're under there. This is so warm over here. This is really, really warm. You guess you like it warm, don't you, though? You were doing this yesterday, too. Oh my gosh, I'm burning up just sitting over here. You're like, this is great. Little trifle. So they graduate on Tuesday. I've only talked to a couple of their adopters so far. I talked to actually Trifle and Dabble's adopter. It seems like they are probably going to wait towards the end of the month to pick them up, which is cool because that means that we will also take care of getting them that final distemper vaccine, which is scheduled now, I want to say for the 30th. It's scheduled for 3 weeks from yesterday, so I think that's the 30th. So if we still have the kittens here when the time comes for the third distemper, we will do it. If their adopters pick them up before then we expect them to take care of that. That's about the size of it. Let's see. So I said all the kittens are getting their spays and neuters on Tuesday, a week from today, but we decided to wait an extra week on Tink just to make sure that we could take care of. Our plan now is to do her fasting and her imaging on the same day as her spay, so she only has to be fasted once. So we put in an extra week of time just to make sure that she was all done with the milk, and that way we can be sure to get it all done at once. So she's not next Tuesday, but she's the Tuesday after that. And then after, when the girls get their spay, when Dabble, who's I pointed that way, you probably can't. Do you see? That's Dabble right there, eating. When Dabble and Tink each get their surgery, they will have sutures that will need to be removed 10 days later. So the practical upshot of that is for Tink and Dabble's adopter, you can come get them sooner, but you're going to have to take them to your vet to get the sutures removed, or you can just wait an extra 10 days and we'll take care of that for you. Really up to you guys. So, what else can I tell all of you? Hi, Monkey. If you guys watch the weight chart, you might have noticed that Monkey has lost a little bit of weight. Everybody else has gained a tiny bit of weight. I'm not concerned about it right now, and I'll tell you, I mean, not too concerned. We're obviously keeping an eye on these things like we do. But I think a big part of that is that all of these guys had very bloated tummies for a long time, and now they're starting to slim down. You can see how slender Monkey looks, and the same thing is true to maybe a slightly lesser degree for all of them. For our little Trifle here had a big old belly, and now he's slimming down a bit. And Dabble, the same thing is true. It's hard to tell with all of her floof. And even for Mom, too, she's been in the same situation. So I think what really is going on there is that they had some bloating that was causing their weight to be artificially inflated, pardon the expression. And now that that's passing, I think that that's starting to be reflected in their weight chart. So that's my belief about what's going on, but I'm keeping a real close eye on Monkey just to make sure that he doesn't get too skinny. But as long as he is active and as long as they're all still active, happy kittens, I don't think it's anything to be too worried about. And they are all still happy, active kittens, so not too concerned. But I just wanted to let you know, if you are watching the weight chart, that's what's going on. You'll see that. Is this how you roll, Tinko? It is how you roll. You've been doing this a lot lately, and it's cute. So yeah, what the practical upshot of all that, we might find a way to give her some alone time, like in the spa or something. Not too much, but a little bit, so she can have her suit off here and there. But other than that, if she's around her kittens, she needs to have the suit on for probably at least another week. And again, the whole reason there is we need her milk to dry up so that we can do some additional abdominal imaging, which is really just a precaution. We just want to make sure that everything in there is normal, which it probably is. And right now we have that scheduled for the same day as her spay, like I said, which is 2 weeks from today. All right. A few minutes ago, I saw somebody ask about the new moms about getting a new mom cat in here, and actually, Dawes just asked us the same question. They sent us an email the other day. They said, "Hey, when are you going to be ready to take a new mom cat?" And I told them, well, as soon as we clear some kittens and cats out of here. So I said probably towards the end of the month, because we're very full right now. We've got, obviously, our main room and our annex are all that we would like to have kittens in, and those are both full right now with these guys and with Belle and her kids. And we've even got Brooke in the spare bedroom on top of that. So, well, we technically have a room that is free. The second annex doesn't have anything in it right now. Having four groups at once would kill me. It would just be too much for me to keep up with. We've got to clear somebody out, or at least mostly get somebody cleared out before we think about bringing in a new mom. So I expect towards the end of the month, like once Brooke goes home, even if it's just Brooke that we get out of here first, I think that will clear up a room for me, and that feels like a lot more, even though, it's not a big number of cats. Having one less room to deal with helps a whole bunch. So that may be enough for me to say, all right, let's bring in a pregnant mom, and then just cross my fingers and hope that we manage to get these guys all to go home before she gives birth. But we'll see. We'll see how it works out. I also think that's really good timing as far as the age of Belle's kittens, because Belle's kittens will be ready to move downstairs. They'll be at a good age for running around, and a new mom will then be able to deliver at a good time for us to have two classes in different stages of life. So that'll be fun. Anyway, I brought out the Ripple rug so that Custard was in here before I started the close-up stream. If you guys go back on the regular Kitten Academy live stream, you'll see that. And historically speaking, Custard has been our Ripple rug instructor. He is the expert. He loves to get in the Ripple rug, and then he fights the kittens, and it's been something that used to be a lot of fun for him. I don't think it is anymore, because this morning he saw it and he flew right into it. He was ready. And then the kittens started coming up, and one of them hissed at him, and he was like, nope, I'm out. And he got out and he left. So maybe not his thing so much anymore. I think all of the faculty has lived and learned when it comes to mom cats and kittens. Tinko, you're being so silly. So, Ellie, yeah, we actually had a tissue box out here the other day, and they were all having a lot of fun with it. We may be able to put up a real big tissue pit style thing. Although, I'll tell you guys, I think I mentioned this at some point. I threw out the original tissue pit. It was old, and it was flimsy, and I was hoping to find something that would be a little bit better looking on the stream, because that thing really looked like it came from a carnival, It's a little ridiculous. So for now, I'll just take a huge cardboard box. We have plenty of those. I'll cut it down probably and throw tissue in it, and that'll work out. And then at some point, maybe I'll find something that's a little more permanent that we can keep around like we did with the old tissue pit. I don't know. I was almost thinking about, you guys have seen, I know you've all seen those big octagon-shaped sort of pet, I don't know what you call it, it's like a pet crate. It's not a carrier because they're not very portable. They used to use them at On Angel's Wings to do, when they would bring the kittens to like a pet store to try to get an adoption day going. I think one of those, if you can take the top off, would make a classy sort of tissue pit. On the other hand, they might be too big, right? Maybe too big. Age Manage, Agi Manage, I don't know how to pronounce your name, but you say the ball pit. The tissue pit that we had was originally sold as a ball pit, but getting that number of balls is prohibitively expensive. Then you've got to store them someplace, which is doubly prohibitive. But then the bigger problems are the cats don't like the balls as much as they like tissue. And another huge advantage of the tissue, of course, is you can use it and they can tear it up and they have a lot of fun with it. And then you can throw it away because it's so cheap and recyclable. So I definitely would stick to tissue rather than using balls when it comes to our kitties. And as far as the container goes, something that was a ball pit might be a good choice, but not the one that we had. Like I said, it was just a little bit too um, like a county fair, I guess. I don't know what to say. So, we're Kitten Academy here. We're not Kitten Public School. At least that's what DJ would say. So, Corley, the title is UGG only temporarily. By the time anybody sees this off archive, we'll have a good title on there. But it took me like a half a dozen or more tries to get the stream started today on YouTube. It was very painful. So by the time we got there, it's just like UGG. That's all. Putter, are you going to go up there? I thought Putter was going to go up there. All right. Hey, we've been 26 minutes. That is for sure enough. Um, M, will I get to open the door all the time? Well, not while Tink herself is still here, because Tink doesn't get along so great with all the faculty. The kittens we can handle. So if there's still kittens here after Tink goes home, for instance, if Tink's adopter ends up picking up her and Dabble, but Putter and Trifle are still here, or Monkey, then we can probably have them out and around the house all the time. But Tink, you saw, she bit Loganberry on the butt, and we don't want that. She also goes after Maggie, just like all of our mom cats do. Monkey, are you going to fall asleep right in the middle of the floor like a homeless kitten? Oh my goodness. The kiddie pool, yeah, I thought about kiddie pool. That's not a bad idea either if I can find one that looks nice. Finding one that looks as good as DJ would like is probably going to be tricky, but it's certainly something for me to keep in mind. Yeah, lots of talk I see from Brew, who's in the chat too. I'm sorry I didn't acknowledge that, but Brew's got some very cute kittens that just arrived at her foster in Texas, and that's worth checking into too. You can check out her YouTube. I'm sure they're on there. We helped them get set up with some streaming a while ago, and I know Perry over there didn't need very much help. He just got all the info from me, and then he's very technical, so he managed to get all that set up just fine. But if their streaming looks kind of familiar, they definitely took a page from our book there, and it's good. They're doing a good job. Okay, so that's it. I wanted to say thank you again to all of you for joining me this morning. I really do appreciate it. I hope that I answered some or all of your questions this morning. And we'll do it again tomorrow. And in the meantime, if you want to keep watching these kittens and the other kittens, all you have to do is tune into the regular Kitten Academy live stream. It goes 24 hours a day here on YouTube. I'll see all of you again tomorrow. So thanks, everybody.